Hey everybody, welcome to Friendship Shaving for a Sunday sit down. Got my coffee on the side here, and today I'm drinking a Taylor's of Harrogate coffee after dark, strength 5. It has a sensuous flavour of cocoa and brown sugar, and it is deep and seductive according to the label. Very nice coffee indeed. So, how have you been doing? I hope you're all good. I thought I'd come and show you a couple of things that I've bought recently that I really like. I've added to my little collection. I thought I'd talk about what's coming up in the new year on the channel and preview a couple of things that you are going to see in the shaving videos. Excuse me, let me have a drink of coffee. Now, one of the things that I'm really very pleased with is a new little Gillette razor that I bought recently. It is the number 80 set from 1961, and it's in its case. You can see I've got a bit of a dilemma. The case won't close because of the blade pack. I'll come on to that in a moment, but it comes in this beautiful case. Now, let me put that down a moment. This is the dilemma. I bought the blades separately. You can see they are in the dispenser, but they wouldn't have been sold like this with the set. So I'm uncertain whether I should leave these in the packet because it is cellophane wrapped, or whether I should break them out of the packet and put the dispenser into the razor case there. That's the dilemma I've got. Or do I just wait to find one that is British made? That's the thing. This set is British, that will fit with that British razor. So that's what I'm pondering at the moment. It sits in my display cabinet with the lid open, so it's not an issue quite just yet. I would like to say though, just keep your eye out on eBay, because I have seen some sellers selling packets of the blue and blue extra razor blades, but advertising them as being a dispenser set. And just to let you know that any dispenser from Gillette comes with it written on the packet, so really look out for that, because you could pay extra money and just end up with a pack of razor blades. Now, the razor itself is this beautiful, let me hold it closer so you can see, this beautiful flare tip super speed. The knurling on the handle is vertical rather than vertical and horizontal, but it is not the same razor as the American 1958 TV special. Although the knurling on the handle looks the same, on the TV special there is what I'm going to call a crimp ring around this part of the handle here. So the handle is separated, or the pattern on the handle is separated, and there's a slight difference. So this is a British one. It is rhodium plated, but the twist to open part is just nickel plated. I'm really fascinated by these little razors, and particularly the British razors. I seem to have just focused in on the 1940s and the 1950s, just going through into the 60s, British razors, and I'm looking out for them and seeing if I can make a little collection. I think part of the key is getting the case in great condition, because quite often the case cracks as it's been mistreated. So this one was £22. I really was lucky and got myself a bargain. But I am really interested in these little super speeds. I have been having a conversation in the forum that I'm a member of, the Shave Den. A few guys on there that are really knowledgeable about British razors and the super speeds in particular. And I'll put the link to the conversations below. We're trying to look at advertisements from back in the day that show the razors as they are. Quite fascinating. So I'll put those in and you can have a read of them if you so wish. But I do like all the super speeds. I think they are a fabulous razor to shave with. Now, I personally don't think there was a British 1958 TV special razor. That was brought out in America for the Cavalcade of Sports promotion. And of course we didn't have such a thing in the UK back then. So I've never seen an advert for a British razor that is advertised as a TV special. But perhaps you know differently. I'd be very, very interested to find out. And yeah, that's what I like about this hobby, eh? Just a certain thing can grab you and take you in a whole different direction than you've ever been before. So I'm building up a very little collection of nice razors. And one that I got recently that is very rare, it's a 1931 Goodwill razor, but it's the British Goodwill. And I did a trade with this. I had an American Goodwill with the reverse studs and the hole in the top cap and the Art Deco etched cap, but I swapped it for this lovely British Gillette Goodwill. It is slightly brassed on the top there, you can see. It's to be expected given its age, but it came as part of the Empire set. It's based on the Gillette New, a long combed new. You can see on the base plate down by my thumb there, made in England, and it has the reverse studs. But inside the head cap it has circular spaces to accommodate those studs, and I have only ever seen 3 or 4 of these. I'd like to thank Eric, who got in touch with me and did a great swap. There was a lot of goodwill, but I'm very pleased with that. I haven't shaved with it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It will go nicely with my Canadian Goodwill. I'm debating whether to have it replated, and it comes with a little case and the case had areas of where the leatherette had rubbed away and left like, it looked like paper underneath. But my niece is an artist and she's taken away just to touch up those little rough areas on the corners so they blend in a little bit more, and she's restoring it for me, which is really, really cool. So when it's all finished, it's going to look really good in my little display case. Now I've got something really cool. Do you remember I did the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway? Now one of the guys, Steve, said, would I like some razor blades as, you know, as a thank you for him getting a gift? And of course I said yes, you know, I'd love some razor blades. And what I was expecting was maybe 3 or 4 packets of razor blades, or maybe just some loose assorted blades. Now what came was a plastic case. I've got it down here. What came was this. Now it wasn't full, but it was half full, and I've topped it up with the rest of my own razor blades because I was running a bit short, but not anymore. But this is a really cool little tray. It's I suppose it's meant for fishing tackle or things like that, but what's really good about it is the inserts come out. And of course you can fit your razor blades in as and where you wish. So I've got some really good ones. I've got some Persona Israeli blues, some crystals, as they are also known. I've got some Gillette silver blues. Now a lot of people like those, so I'm looking forward to using those. And I'm just looking for, no, that's not it. I'm looking for some, here we go. I'm looking for some Gillette Platinums, because I said in a recent video that I didn't like that blade. I was asked why I didn't like them, and it was because they felt a bit rough on my skin. And do you know what? I know a load of people really like those, so I tried one. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it my last shot. And I tried one in a different razor. Do you know what? It was a brilliant shave. So it's that old adage, isn't it? If you like a blade, if you don't like a blade, sorry, just hang on to it, because a couple of years down the line, you'll probably end up really liking it. Well, I tried it in this razor. I used the Yaki flip side head. It went beautifully. What a great shave I had. So they are now back on my list. Yeah, I may have to try an Astra blade at some point, because they're another one that I've always felt were a bit rough on my face. But maybe in a different razor it might be perfectly alright, so I'll have to try that out. It's quite well known that not every razor suits every razor blade, but this was sort of the proof, you know, to me. Proved it. Oh my goodness, that's nice. So in the new year, it's going to be a Yaki new year. I've got some Yaki stuff in the den. This came about because a very kind supporter of the channel, you know who you are, sir, thank you very much, wrote to Yaki and suggested that they might send some stuff to Friendship Shaving for review. Well, they got in touch with me by email, and I picked 3 or 4 items that I would have liked to try, and they sent considerably more than that. So I'm just going to show you some of it. I've got the Yaki Mocha Express brush and the Yaki flip side head with the engraved handle, which I'm not going to show you now because I'm saving those for my next shaving video, and I'll show you them during that video. But I've got some other razors here. I've got this very nice looking blue razor. It's coated, and I must admit they gave me a selection of these coloured handles, and this one looks really, really spectacular. Now, I'm not going to go into the prices here and now. I will do that as and when I use these during my shaving videos. Otherwise I won't have so much to talk about in those videos, but this is just to show you the kind of thing that Yaki are coming out with. They seem to have got a dirty mark on there. They seem to have done away with having Yaki stamped on the headset, which I never did like, but this looks so much classier, I feel. Now I've got another one here, just in same head, but in a lovely chrome with the white handle, and you can see that looks beautiful, doesn't it? And this is some sort of, well, some sort of plasticky material. Very, very good quality, I think. And that's the thing that surprised me most about the items that I've got through. Their quality is appears to be really very good indeed. So I've got a couple of others just to show you. I've got their slant head. Now this, apparently, you can see there's a bit of advertising there. But that's subtle, isn't it? I like that. This apparently is quite the aggressive razor, so it will be interesting to use this. And the other one I've got, this is on a stainless steel Yaki handle, is their Knight's Head. And it looks beautiful, but again, this is a very aggressive razor. You can see that there isn't a razor blade in it, but the gap there is really going to be quite large. I'm intrigued by these. I've yet to try them. I got some brushes. Unfortunately, they did send me some badger hair brushes, which is a bit of a shame because I didn't ask for them. And after saying on the last video that I was thinking of just getting in more synthetics and cutting back on the badger hair usage, but you know, I understand why they've done it. But I've got this one with the synthetic, 24mm. I'll turn it the right way up. Now I think that's a beautiful colour. The handle is a little bit bigger than I'm used to, but it fits very nicely, I must admit, in the hand. Very nice. It's got the tuxedo knot, which we know is a very soft knot. And they've sent me La Sagrada Familia, if I've said that correctly. Now this is a beautiful little brush, but I'll tell you what, 24mm again, I think that would be much better if it had a brown or a pale knot in it rather than the tuxedo. It seems they only do it with this knot in. You can get a badger hair knot in it, by the way. Sorry about that, I didn't want to give you the wrong impression. Seems they only do it with this synthetic knot. But slightly smaller handle, again, a very nice room for your finger there. That's a good sized groove around there. So yeah, a lovely thing indeed. And I've got just one more to show you. This is a little brush. You can see the synthetic is a bit of a gimmick. But I'll tell you what, that is super, super, super soft. That's softer than the tuxedo. That's really nice. Here's the clever thing. The knot unscrews. I mean, I know they're not the first to do that. And you can pop in another knot of your choosing. The handle on this one is sort of a camouflage look. Quite a small handle this one is. It doesn't say the knot size on the bottom, but yeah, quite nice. So there we are. That is what we're looking forward to on the channel. I've got one other razor to show you. This was a Christmas present from my friend Sven, and it is the Parker variant, which I've never used on a channel before. You can see the head is styled on a Mercure Progress. You can see it's got that really big gap there. It is a heavy razor, brass constructed, lovely finish on it. The adjustment dial is on the bottom. I may end up just painting those in, just to help me see them a little bit better. You can see it's got the marks on the head cap and the base plate there. Those have to be aligned, as many of you will know, otherwise it throws this out completely, it throws the settings out. But I have had a shave with this, and it's a nice razor. It's a nice razor, so you will see that on the channel coming up at some point. So lots of good stuff to start the new year with. And on that note, I'll see you for a New Year shave at some point. And until then, I hope you're enjoying the day. I hope you're managing to relax, and maybe this little video will have piqued your interest. And I'd love to see any adverts, any old advertisements for the old flare tip super speeds. I'd love to know as much about them as I can get, particularly the British ones. There we go, and I will put in those links to the Shave Den, which is my forum, and I'd just like to say in this video, thank you to all the guys on the forum that have helped me out, both recently and in the past. There are a lot of guys there, and I know many forums are just exactly the same. Many guys there just go on the forums and they have such a wealth of knowledge, and they're are very generous in their time and their sharing of that knowledge. And if you're not part of a forum, maybe you could check one out this year, because they are a great place to discuss all things living related. So, until I see you again with a shave, take care. I'll see you around. Bye bye now.